So what else was I going to talk about? I had a whole list of things, and I said I should make index cards because I know myself, and then I didn't.
I always say I'm gonna remember. I don't need to write that down. I don't remember.
She doesn't remember
Anything. She tells the other day, you have one thing to do tomorrow. Please, before you go to work, put your laundry in the laundry basket so I know what you need to be washed. Okay, we woke up in the next morning. Babe, you remember what your job is? Yes, I'm going to put my laundry in the laundry basket so you know it has to get washed. And then I went to work, and then like 5 hours later, I was like, oh no. I didn't do my one job.
And he forgets everything.
Is that her worst habit?
I leave my shoes in the middle of the floor.
Tanya does that too. It makes me crazy.
I trip on them all the time.
But she did it too. No, her sandals were in the middle of the floor one day, and I was like, babe, what's that? What's that? And she's like, nothing. Oh, it's nothing, Lee. You do it. But I'll get like a text message of my, hey, picture of my shoes in the middle of the floor.
I'm going to steal that. That is fantastic. Oh my God.
Look what I tripped on.
Look what this is.
I
What is this?
have no idea.
You're not even home.
I always tell her the dog moved them. He put them there. He was wearing them, you know, tried them on.
And he moved them, and now they're in the middle of the floor, and I had nothing to do with it. Nothing at all.
She is the neat one. Like my friends used to say that I'm like that character in Charlie Brown with like the dirt trail following me, and like she's walking behind me, like cleaning it up.
I those little cars from the car movie that like scrub everything. That's me.
Oh my goodness.
I leave a trail. Like I do. I leave a trail. I don't know
Do
how
you
it
take all
happens.
your stuff out of your pockets and like leave it on the dresser? Like, yes.
It is not like on purpose. I am not vindictive. I am not spiteful. I am not doing this just to piss you off. I truly have no idea that equals clean and this doesn't. I don't know why. I think that if my shoe was on top of the dresser, that's where it belongs. Because I was cleaning
that's
it.
where I left it.
Because I was cleaning it and I put it down because the phone rang and then I forgot that my shoe was on the dresser.
I was gonna use that. Like, well, it is later. You haven't used it, so put it away.
Or my signature line is, I don't know why I didn't think it would happen that way. Like, she's in the middle of ironing. She had been ironing our curtains for, like, hours. And they're nice and clean. She is a laundry Nazi. Like, I told her today that things are being washed more than they're being worn. And
It's not true.
it's true. Well, where was I going with this?
You were putting ice in my ice.
Oh,
coffee.
so I'm putting, I brewed her iced coffee for the next morning, and I'm putting ice in the pitcher. Now, God forbid I put the ice in prior to pouring the coffee in there. No, and I'm going to drop it from like a 4-foot high, like, bloop, and I am not going to think that the coffee is going to drip out onto the curtains that she just spent hours cleaning and ironing and getting the perfect creases in. Now I've got coffee driplets, and I'm like, oh no, and I didn't know she would notice. I'm like,
She would notice. Is that a question?
and she goes, oh babe. But she doesn't get mad.
See, I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, sweetheart.
I
love you
notice
so
everything.
much.
I don't know why she thinks I'm not gonna notice.
I know, like,
I know, there are going to be lesbians at home right now going, exactly!
yeah.
That's what
You do
happened!
that.
I'm going to ask people, I'm going to be like if your relationship is this way. It's going to be like 90,500 likes.
It's very typical. Even a lot of my straight friends say the same things about their husbands.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, she goes to work and talks about me like I'm one of the straight girl's husbands. Like, oh, she left her shoes in the middle of the floor again. So it's like, do you ever tell them how I cut your fruit every night? How I cut you a fruit bowl? And how when I cook for you, I separate the onions to make sure they're not on your food? And now the first time you ever told me...
No, I never talked about that.
And the first time she ever said I love you was because she wanted to wrap up her salad to go and there were onions in it. And I wrapped it for her and I was picking aside all of the onions to make sure they didn't go in the box. No, you don't tell your friends that. Just that my shoes are in the middle of the floor. Just tripped over them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm in the
When
living
So You
room.
Think You Can Dance is on, she's helping, right? She's got the salad. She's got the lettuce in her hand. I am now. When I finish dinner, by the way. Yeah. So when I make everything timed, like everything's going to be ready at the same time. I'm very good at time management when it comes to those things. So I don't want the food to get cold while you're making the salad. So I give her one job to just wash the lettuce, and she's sitting there like this is the lettuce, like. So I'm like, babe, no, really, no, I got it. Okay. So like 5 minutes later, I walk over and I grab the lettuce from her hand, and she doesn't even know. She hasn't even seen that the lettuce is gone. And then all of a sudden, I'm bringing dinner into the living room, and she's like, "Oh, I was gonna do that." Yeah, you're gonna cut that lettuce while you're watching TV. You're gonna wash it. No,
I think I have a salad spinner that
she
spinning it.
She wasn't even spinning it. She was just holding it. She couldn't even just click the little thing. It's just, how hard is it to just click the salad spinner while you're watching TV? But that's okay, because how hard is it for me to move my shoes from the center of the floor? So
Yes, that's the perfect compliment. For relationship compliments, it's equal because you even each other out.
all right, guys. Here you go. No problem. Come visit my store sometime. I'll give you free cheesy bread.
This was the first time not at Domino's closed.
Yeah, that was the first
Okay.
time non-Domino's closed that someone has recognized them just from the Domino's commercial. So.
Tell us about when the people stopped you at Domino's and they were like, "Oh, can I have your autograph?"
Oh, yeah, the first one was at the pizza box.
I think so.
I had a regular customer come in. He wanted me to sign his pizza box. That was cute. And he was
So
a
you knew
regular.
who you were already.
He knew who I was. He came.
Aw.
He knew I was on vacation the week the commercial aired. So he was waiting for me to come back to come in and sign his pizza box. But then I went on a delivery. We delivered to a hotel, and I went into the front doors, and these people in the lobby, I hear them like, "Is that Jess from the?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's me." They're like, "Seriously?" And I'm like, "No, it's my stunt double."
That's cute.
So I said hello, and they were like, "That's crazy! I can't believe you," because they were traveling and they were here on, I don't even know what they were here for, but they didn't live around here. And then I went and delivered the pizza to the room, and I got to the door, and I opened the door, and she's like, "You know, when I saw online that Jess was making my pizza, I didn't really think it was the real Jess, and it's you." And I was like, "Yeah, it's me." And then later on that day, I was in the middle of interviewing somebody, and in front of the store, it's like double glass windows. So I'm sitting in the front, and I'm interviewing, and I see these two kids outside, and they're like pointing, and I see their lips of, "That's Jess." So I'm like nodding, and I'm waving, but like I'm interviewing, so I'm trying not to be rude. So the interview's over, and they come back in, they're like, "Can we take a picture with you?" So they're like 14-year-old boys. Like,
Aw.
it was adorable. Maybe it shouldn't be adorable when they're 14, but I'm 14.
So yeah, you did very well, very calm, but you still looked like a normal person that was just there. I didn't think you were an actor at all. Just your responses, like when you were talking about when you asked the guy what he meant when he asked the question, you were like, "What are you talking about?"
Yeah, my friends that saw it were like, "That was such a Jess reaction." Like, we looked and it was like, "Oh yeah, that she does that face all the time." Because I didn't know what he was talking about. I had no clue. That whole Times Square thing, like, they kept that so secretive, and we went to Times Square, and we couldn't go out in Times Square. We didn't know why we couldn't go out in Times Square, and that reaction was my real initial, like, "Oh my God, my name is on Times Square."
I think it was the way you said on the commercial. You were like, "Wait, do you mean this or do you mean this?" And I was like, "That's a real person. That's definitely a
Real person, real reaction, no double
Absolutely.
takes, like, just absolute real.